If he doesn't score this weekend, I'm gonna kill him. Liza Mayenda.
What a way to burst back on the Premier League scene with a 3-0 win over West Ham at the Stadium of Light. Alright everybody, and welcome back to another video on the channel. In this one, we're just going to be briefly talking about what went right yesterday. But before we get on with the rest of the video, do us a massive favour, like you always do, and you have done outstanding on the vlog, should I say. Smash the thumbs up and subscribe if you're brand new to this very channel. And as always, these videos are brought to you, and if you haven't, go and check them out on Facebook. Tyneham Weir Garage Doors, the sponsor of Jazzy and Steve. So then, yesterday, the lads, I tell you what, they came with a lot of fight, determination. They were very organised and clinical in front of goal. And another thing, I was kind of emotional in the stadium yesterday. I think it's after all of this time, we're finally back in the Premier League, yes, but I remember when we were in the Premier League, I was there, and we were just surviving. And it was taking miracles to keep us in the league. And although it was good at the end of the season, it still wasn't, good to be getting beat most games in the season in any ways. And then the worst season in history for me was that Championship season where we dropped straight into League One. It was horrible. It nearly put my son off for life. Now, anyway, we went into the League One. And the squad we had in League One should have got us straight back into the Championship, but it didn't. Whatever happened, and we ended up being in there for too long. And now, finally, after the Championship season, we're back in the Premier League. But what I'm so proud of, and I'm so glad, yesterday, the 3 goal scorers were the originals from the Championship, the playoffs, and Mayenda, Ballard, and Wilson. I was just so out of the moon, and I think that's why I felt a little bit emotional when I was watching the game, when Wilson went out and stood with the flag, and Ballard were another header, and Mayenda even winning a header. I was just like, oh my God, it's been unbelievable. I just couldn't believe it. It was absolutely amazing. I never thought in a million months of Sundays that we would have beat West Ham 3-0. Now, if you watched our match preview, I did say we would win, and I felt confident in that we would win, but not 3-0. I really, and put in a really good second half performance like we did. It raised my expectations for the rest of the season. It surpassed me expectations what I thought was going to happen on Saturday, to be honest. But in any way, the game, like I said, we were showing a lot of fight, especially in the second half. In the first half, Big Dan Ballard stopped it being 1-0. I thought West Ham were alright in the first half, I really did. And they had a really good opportunity, and if it wasn't for Big Dan Ballard, it would have been 1-0 because Roof was beaten, and it came in, slid in, and blocked a shot. And that's just what we've come to expect from Ballard. He's just an absolute colossus at the back for us. I absolutely love him. But regardless, Roof's... The thing I noticed about West Ham, though, they were putting plenty balls in the box. They were getting plenty corners. And Roof's, he's known for being one of the best in Europe last season for coming for crosses and clearances and getting rid of balls, what's being put into the box. And he mopped everything up yesterday. Everything. And obviously, you've heard the chant we've got from him when he does out good, we shout roofs, which we should change it because that's Hume's, really, isn't it? But regardless, it's 2 different ones. And anyway, I'm getting a bit sidetracked. He was outstanding yesterday. He made, I think, 1 or 2 top draw saves, but the rest were quite comfortable. Coming, it just shows you, like, now we've got a great goalkeeper in. I'm noticing the little things he's doing as well. And he was coming for all sorts. And he was, like I said, he was vocal at the back, and that's what we love to see. But he had him in game. And anyways, the first half, I thought it was pretty even. I thought West Ham were digging all right. There was a lot of concern about the lack of legs they've got in the middle of the park. We mentioned it in the preview. Like, they haven't got pace. They haven't recruited well in the midfield, and they're desperate for a midfielder. They tried to get Southampton's Fernandes, and they still haven't got him in yet. Southampton want crazy money, but it looks like they're going to have to pay crazy money because if they continue the way they did against Sunderland, they're going to struggle. I hope it's not the case because I like West Ham. After this weekend, the fans I met, the YouTuber I went on his channel, the comments what they've been leaving, they've said nothing but positive things. They've been really complimentary about us. So after the next time I play them, I hope they do well. Well, I hope they do well from now till then, and then obviously we beat them, and then they can crack one from there. But I've got nil feelings towards them. Now then, the second half came out, I tell you what, we came out like a team possessed. There was much more urgency to our player, much more intensity to our player. And I just thought to myself, I can see us getting a goal. Now, when Silt went off injured, and I felt sorry for him because I thought he'd done really, really well. He did. You know, there's rumblings that he wanted to get, you know, a move so he can get game time, because he felt with all these new centre halves coming in that he weren't going to get much game time. But he started because obviously Alderete wasn't up to scratch apparently, but not to start the game in any way. He started, thought he was good, went off injured, and if he didn't, you know, that ball wouldn't have come in for me, and I just couldn't believe it. I missed it because I just thought, nah, centre-half's not going to whip a ball in. But I should have known, because when I did a signing video regarding him, I said on them videos, he loves to put a cross in, and he even can take corners. So I was thinking to myself, why am I not? But regardless, what a ball he put in, man. What a ball. And their centre-half, by the way, number 5, what was he called? Oh, what was his name? Agreed. I can't remember his name, but their number 5, my God, you should not be getting beat in the air off Mienda. He's not the tallest forward, but he just out-jumps him, and there was no eagerness to win that ball from their centre-half. He didn't go to it. He didn't try and win it. It's as if he watched it go down on Mienda's head, and I just thought, that was terrible defending, by the way. And anyway, the header was really good placed by Mienda, and that made it 1-0, and the stadium went up. It was absolutely unbelievable scenes there. Now then, the second goal came through. Ronaldo picks up the ball, and their player must have thought he was either going to go to the left, but he doesn't. He sort of checks and then bursts forward. And what I loved about him, he didn't dilly-dally on the ball. He quickly lays it off to Adingra. He gets forward a little bit, and he puts an absolute beautiful ball into the box. And Alderete's ball in the box was class because he put it on Mienda's head. He literally, all he had to do is place it. It was beautiful. This was similar for Ballard. But Ballard, we've been targeting him all game from set pieces. So West Ham should have been wary of him. But Paqueta was picking him up. And I just thought to myself, look how lazy and lackadaisy he is in trying to clear that ball. It's as if he just watched it. He sort of walked, and there was no instinct to get that ball or win that ball from Paqueta. And I just thought that was sloppy defending again. And anyway, Ballard jumps up, rises, bang. What a beautiful header. And we've come to expect that from Ballard now, haven't we? And he wins that header, and he runs off, and in the stadium guns up for the second time. And I was in dreamland at this point. Absolute dreamland. Big Dan Ballard does it again at the Stadium of Light. And then for their third goal, this is what we're talking about in our match preview regarding the way Potter sets up. We said he likes to leave space for the fullbacks, the opposition fullbacks. And that was proven in our third goal. Because our third goal came from a corner for West Ham. West Ham. Now the corner came in. Alderete jumps up, heads it down to Talby. Talby bursts forward, gets it up the pitch a bit. And he doesn't want to get in a 1v1 with Wan-Bissaka. But he draws Wan-Bissaka in. And he just stands on the ball and waits for him. Wan-Bissaka comes up the pitch, then what happens? All that space we're talking about in our preview was there. Big gaping hole. All Wilson does, steps into it, receives the ball off Talby, and the fume in Wan-Bissaka was clear to see to all of us. He was fuming, pointing about, because the centre-half didn't come across to cover that space, or the midfield didn't drop in. Nobody. It was just there. So Wilson gets on that ball, bursts into the space, and just closes it down, and to be brutally honest, I didn't think he would find the back of the net from that tight angle, but my God, what a finish by Wilson. Shot! And he does what he does. Gonzalez celebrates like he does, like Thierry Henry. And the stadium guns up for the third time, but this time it was like disbelief. I was like, we're back in the Premier League, and we're winning 3-0 against an established Premier League club who's been there for 14 years, since getting promoted from the Championship in 2012. I just couldn't believe it. I was looking around like, wow, what's happening? It's 3-0. It was just pure disbelief by everybody. I couldn't believe it. But regardless of the matter of the fact, the lads showed that pre-season you just take as a pinch of salt. It's all about getting an understanding with each other and fitness. Now, there was a lot of fans worried the fact that we weren't scoring goals in pre-season. But me and Steve were like, there's nothing to worry about. It'll come good when we start the season. And it did. I didn't expect it to be as good as what it is. And you know what? They've overachieved in my expectations of what that game was going to actually be like. Now, I'm not saying what it was like a full drawn conclusion, but I did back us to get the 3 points. But the first half was pretty even, so I didn't know what Potter says to them the second half, or what Reggie says to us the second half. We fully deserved the 3 points, by the way. But I just thought to myself, wow, that was an amazing game. But getting back onto the pre-season talk, we always knew that our levels would gone up. This is just a chance to get fitness in legs and understand of each other's game. We knew that. Players didn't give 100% the way they did in the league because you didn't want to risk picking up an injury before the season starts. Do you know what I mean? That's just obvious. So we always knew that the levels would gone up. But I tell you what, the second half, I didn't expect it to go up that much. We were unreal. No, Big Dan Ballard was my man of the match, but I think he was practically everybody's, wasn't he? I thought Roofs was outstanding as well. 7 of the new signings started this game, which we expected to. I thought Alderete would have started, but he came off the bench because Silt got injured and he got an assist as well. Should I add? Oh, can't forget the assist. But I thought all in all, the lads performed outstandingly and on to Burnley, really. Now, Graham Potter did say defensively we didn't do the basics. Now, I could agree. I thought there was no intent from anybody to win the ball when both the crosses came in. And I thought the goalkeeper sort of spilt it when Wilson put it in. Because when Wilson took the shot, I thought, he's getting there. But it sort of went under him. So you could have said the keeper would have been at fault. But all in all, I thought Sunderland were fully deserving of the win. I might have another video up today because I'm going to do my top 5 Premier League goals of the weekend. So I'll come back on the channel. Keep an eye out for that one. I'm not promising it. I might not yet. See how it goes. See how the day goes. But yes, I wonder how many people predicted 3-0. Steve, I've got you your Man United top, you know, because it's your second team and you love them so much. The days of Alex Ferguson, you absolutely love them. I've got you the top for you. All in all, out of 10, what do you rate your weekend? I'm going for a 10. It cannot. How can you be beating that? How can you be beating that? Your centre-half gets a goal. Your striker gets a goal. And then your other one who comes off the bench gets a goal. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right, that's about it 'cause I'm waffling. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in a bit. How are the lads?